In Afghanistan than President Obama originally planned. Nearly 10,000 are there now. That was due to drop by half, but with the Taliban resurgence, the president said today he will leave behind a force of 8,400. Like the U.S., Britain has done a lot of soul searching over its role in the Iraq war. Today, a British government report placed a lot of blame on Tony Blair, the former prime minister. Here's Mark Phillips.
It's been 7 years since the bodies stopped coming home to Britain from Iraq, and since that time an inquiry has been trying to determine whether the war was necessary and the cost in lives justified. The answer, delivered by the inquiry's chairman, Sir John Chilcot, it wasn't.
There was no imminent threat from Saddam Hussein.
At the center of the inquiry was the relationship, the bromance it was called, between then President George Bush and the British Prime Minister at the time, Tony Blair. Both men were convinced Saddam had stockpiles of biological and chemical weapons of mass destruction and needed to be disarmed. The Bush policy was regime change, war. Blair's public position was to push the U.S. to seek a UN mandate before attacking. But a note from Blair to Bush sent before the war and revealed by the inquiry seems to promise unconditional support. I will be with you, whatever it says. And he was. When UN weapons inspectors went into Iraq looking for WMD and couldn't find any, the U.S. attacked anyway, and the British, true to Blair's private promise, did too. Blair has been vilified since and was again today. He was also defiant.
What I cannot do and will not do is say I believe we took the wrong decision. I believe I made the right decision and that the world is better and safer as a result of it.
Not in Baghdad it isn't, as last week's devastating bombing again showed. And not for the families of British soldiers who died in Iraq, as Reg Key's son did.
My son didn't die for this, surely. Tommy V didn't, but I'm afraid he did. Died in vain.
Both George Bush and Tony Blair are long gone from public life, but for the families, the grief and the anger endures. And Iraq, Maurice, which under Saddam was not a base for terror, now is.
Mark Phillips in London tonight. Thank you.